Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I review the latest movies and documentaries. Today, I'm going to talk about Tailgate movie. If you're interested in this topic, make sure to watch this video until the end and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. The story begins, showing a girl who was running in the fields with her bicycle. He looks a little scared and looks back again and again as if he is running away from someone. Then suddenly a white-colored vehicle appears on the road. The van driver shouts at him and says, "If you want your mobile then come back to me." But this boy ignores what the driver said and increases his speed as if he is in danger from this very driver. While running, he crossed these fields and reached another road. He was trying to get out of here quickly, but this driver comes and stands in front of him from the other side. As soon as this bicycle driver came closer, this van owner bought his accident from the van. That boy got injured and fell on the same road. After that, the sister took it out from inside his sister and put it on the side of his van and took away the bag of the seller. He kept it in his van. His van looked more like a pet store than a van. Here he now prepares a pathogen, a chemical, inside a cylinder. The insect killer was doing all this wearing a protective suit. During the time the driver was pumping the chemical, he dragged the person with the sack and went inside a water pond a short distance away from here. And as soon as a car passed near that road, he started shouting and asking for help. Asks for help, but because music is playing in the car driver is unable to hear his voice. That van driver also got scared after seeing this girl and continued doing his work. After she left, he went to the boy. First, outside, he tortured the boy by putting his face in water. After that, while putting the pump of his cylinder in the boy's mouth, he put Sahara chemical, which is used to kill insects, inside the boy, due to which the boy died. During this time, this boy asked for a lot of forgiveness from this psychopath driver, but the driver replied that the time for forgiveness has passed. After the death of this girl, the scene shifts to a family consisting of Hans, his wife and 2 daughters. All these people want to go to Hans's city for daughter's birthday. But because of Hans's wife, they are very late and hence Hans is very angry. Due to his haste, he does not think about anything and moves forward driving at full speed on the highway without taking any precautions, and because of his mistakes, he nearly meets with a fatal accident. But Hans still did not learn any lesson. His wife was asking him to drive safely, but he was not going to listen to anyone. While walking, a cow owner overtakes him. She already finds his behavior bad. He was driving at a speed of 140, but now he increased the speed of the car to 160. He had forgotten that he also had a family with him. The driver in front was also a martyred madman. While increasing the speed, he overtakes his car and immediately turns his car. In such a situation, Hans and his car would have met with a bad accident. Had he not applied the brakes on time, Hans' daughter would have been badly injured due to such a sudden application of the grate. Here too, he did not accept the mistake of Hans' step that because of him his family was saved from having an accident. Rather he started abusing the driver. After this, Hans moved ahead and got a lot of traffic on Hatway. There were big trucks on his right side and a van in front, due to which his speed reduced considerably. And this thing was making him angry. While passing ahead, he brought his car to the other line saying, "On sight," and the white van driver started making strange gestures. It's as if he's crazy and that's why he's driving so slowly. However, the driver of the white van was driving home exactly as per the rules. Had wrong hands. While moving ahead, Hans stopped at a petrol station where the same van driver had come to talk to his family. We have already seen this van driver in the movie, that is, he is the same culprit who killed the boy riding a bicycle. His purpose of coming to Hans's family this time is that Hans should apologize for his mistakes, but he is crazy and instead of doing so, he makes him go to hell. Hans now angrily went back to his car and pulled it onto the road. The sheep seller had also started following him. Health's wife had noticed this thing. Our Hans had also noticed this, but they thought that perhaps this van driver might also be going somewhere through this road. But as they took the turn towards the town, the van driver was also following them, and after seeing him continuously heading towards the south, he started sweating out of fear. Due to fear, he did not realize that he had broken another traffic rule. He had broken the signal and moved ahead, and he knew this too. This driver is following him because of his mistakes. Now even the children of Hans had noticed that Van and they too were scared. S's wife was an intelligent lady. She wants to call the police here but Hans tells her not to. Hans now puts the car on the side after thinking something. As soon as his car stops, the hood also stops. After getting down from the hand, he asks the driver, "What is your problem? Why are you following us?" "Driver, when you tolerate it, you apologize to me. I will leave the back," but even the Hans did not want to apologize. While arguing, these people finally come to the conclusion that the police should be called to sort out the matter. I say to the traffic, "Okay, you call the police, there is no battery in my phone, hands over my phone." But we notice that the pen driver is reluctant to call the police and tells him, "I know why you do this. You are definitely in trouble with the police." On hearing this, the van driver gets so angry that he bends down while holding the phone with his scarf in such a way that even his hands had got pressed and the phone had broken and his hands were in a lot of pain due to all this. The man driver also took Abbas's phone from his hands and kept it in his dashboard. When Chip went inside the vehicle to take it, the van driver started pulling him towards himself. To save Helt's wife Hans, who appears to be in danger. Yes, she tries to pull the Hans out of this meeting, in which she also succeeds. But as a result both of them fall on the road. A speeding vehicle coming from behind was about to crush the Hans' wife's head but luckily she was saved. After all this, his wife tells him to please apologize to the driver, but Hans was not going to step back from his actions and during this time, his eyes fall on his daughters. The crying hands of both of them cannot be tolerated and finally he decides to apologize to the driver. He goes and apologizes to the driver, but the driver is not going to forgive him but is now in a mood to punish him. The driver had opened his van and was preparing to kill the swan. Taking advantage of the opportunity after giving him a busy, Hans tries to steal his phone, but the drivers reach him in time. Pulls her away from his sister and throws her out. This driver had pumped neotenagen spray. Before he attacks Hans with it, he sits in his car and closes all his windows. The driver tries to spray through a window that was not closed completely. But luckily all these people are saved. Hans drives the car forward, inside which the driver's poison pump was also left. Due to the pump breaking, the cylinders burst from behind. It falls on the driver's leg, due to which his leg started burning badly. The smell of that pathogen had spread a lot inside the closed car of these people. These people were suffocating. That's why Hans stops the car in the forest. He was doing all this right now. Looking at him, he felt that the driver was also lying behind him. To save their lives, they all sit in the car as quickly as possible. This time his wife was supposed to drive the car, but the car got stuck in the mud. These people were trying to take the car out when the van driver brought his van right in front of their car. To quickly get out of here, Hans risks his life and gets out of the car by pushing it out of the mud. Meanwhile we see that the driver has pumped that poison again, to kill it, but luckily this also has importance. He sits in the car before she attacks. She drives ahead with the car, but while leaving, the drive breaks a window of her car. Besides, he had also called pathogens brake on their front minute, due to which they ended in blood. In this way, he was about to meet with an accident with a car, but in time the person in front of him moves his car to the side and here too his life is saved. Their children were crying loudly because of the update. Kaysa's wife wanted to get out of the situation by driving the car very fast. Jab K. Hades himself calls the police at this time but after that due to a strong blow to Kismet Terry's ear, the mobile falls from his hand. The van driver was still following them. In such a situation, to save her life, Hans' wife takes the car inside Courtown where she was driving recklessly. Many children are involved in an accident in front of them and one of them goes to the footpath and the car also stops and many people surround their car. To make them realize their mistake but this is the type and their family does not care about these people rather they are feeling that their lives are in danger. They see that the vehicle has now stopped outside the same street. There were people inside the street, that is why again everyone is breaking the driving rules. His wife turns her car towards the police station. They go to the police station and get a report written about that mad driver. He tells all the situations that happened to him, how that driver snatched his phone and he is constantly following him. Can you locate my phone and catch that man? But the police tell him that it is not so easy. Here all these people get their Holia repaired, after which they get their car repaired and leave again for their parents' house, that too with police protection. On the other hand, we see the van driver who had obtained the address of Hash's mom's house by getting her mom's number from his iPhone while Hans and his family were at the police station. In this time, he got his sister cleaned and reached her parents' house beforehand. He shows Hans's phone to Hans' mom and asks her permission to come inside. But here his mom does not agree with this driver. Then the driver shows his leg to Aja's mom and says that some chemicals have fallen on me. I need water to clean them. Seeing the bad condition of his leg, she gives him permission to come home. But his mischievous actions had put even Abyasa's mother in doubt. He goes out and starts shouting for help before anyone can hear him. He also silences the driver and his mother and brings them inside the house and tells them that you should get the punishment for your daughter or tell her, it was you who made her feel sick, and now the driver is trapped and taken to the upstairs room with his mother. He starts coming towards where Hans' dad was staying in the room. To save her husband's life, this woman asks him to lock the door, and before he could do so, the driver kicks open the door and reaches home with the father's family standing on the other side. But from here he sent the police back because he does not want to trouble his mom and dad. He is unaware that danger has already arrived at his house. He rang the doorbell but there was no response from the house. The handset opens the back door of the house and goes inside the house, and all these people come inside through the main gate. He has not found his mom and dad at home. The gooseberries started playing here, and while playing, they found Hans' mom and dad locked in the washroom, while on the other hand, Hans himself was locking all the doors and windows of this house so that the killer who had already come inside could not enter. After giving the lock to mom and dad, Hans's wife calls him. As soon as he goes upstairs to check, he encounters him here. First of all, this psycho driver was wearing a protective suit and was keeping the same chemical with him with which he murdered everyone. He used to say that not for everyone but only for those people who made mistakes on his behalf. He used to scold the people who made mistakes. In front of him were Hans' daughters, his mom, dad and his wife, but he did not harm anyone. Fear and fear, she locked himself in the room with her two daughters, while trying to escape from here to protect himself from the driver and the winning logs he put it in this house to escape from the killer. Now all of them were reading her life in danger by opening them. In this way, the driver had sprayed it very much. We are shown that somehow the Hans managed to get out of the house. The driver had also come out of the house. The reason for the spray of the chemical was going on. He was seeking help from the people walking on the road, but no one stops his help. If he did not see any other way to protect himself, then the better option was to go back to his home. He now came from Jesus' gate. Could not even think of coming back from that gate. That is why he goes inside the room through pipe where his wife closed his children. Her wife and her together pull her inside the room. Now why his mom had also helped the driver earlier, in treating the burnt leg from his chemical. He knew that its best treatment is water, that is the scope. She does not bring to the bathroom and bring the hands to the hands. He now realized that the driver is just behind him, wants to punish him. The wife of his mistakes had now also called the police. The police is that the daughters sit in their sister, and the man here comes back and tells the girls, "Don't be afraid, I will not harm you. I have just come to say that it is not your fault in all this. If someone is a mistake, then it is your mom, dad." There was a lot of encouragement inside this driver. He also knew that the police was looking for him. Cerner, Biwo was walking around the police ad. After saying this, he had left from here. Now the wife of the Heinz came to her daughters and she said that you guys are not worried. That man will not come to harass us now. They are delivered to their city, and we see that there is no idea of the driver there at that time. His life is now quite a man. Kuhn is passing, everything is normal. One day when Hans were taking our daughters to school, then we see the same white van again. While going back home, this white van crushes Has, and here we know that the driver did not say the Hans school till date. The driver pumps his pathogen chemical and puts it in the mouth of the dying Hans, kills him. In this way, he brought the Hans to his side completely. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this movie and what other movies or documentaries you want me to review next. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time.